Spoiler warning, spoiler warning, spoiler warning. If you do not want to know what is the upcoming boss for most likely the story content as well as a future MOC update, do not click on this video, right? Spoiler warning in 3, 2... Hey guys, MrPokke here, back with one last video for the early access server. Thank you so much for watching my content for the past couple of days in HSR. This will be the last one before Tribbie's content will be going up live. One last topic is gonna be the upcoming boss that we will be seeing in the next Memory of Chaos rotation, Flame Reaver of the Deepest Dark, right? So I've been playing with bro for a little bit. You can see total number of times defeated. I tried a couple of team cons to work against him. What are his mechanics, as well as showcasing some of the couple of zero cycle ideas that I've cooked up in mind, right? So Nameless Sword Master, who came with the Black Titans hunting down the Titans Core Flame. None know their true identity. Their power is incredible and their sword play is nigh impeccable. Within their swords, madness and obsession entwine, once leading to the fall of the growth of Epiphany as well as the AD's Aglaea. You know, if you watch the story, you know how Mimi came about and all the kind of stuff, right? So this is going to be the Flame Reaver, and holy shit, this guy's design looks absolutely incredible. I can barely even imagine he came from like Honkai Starbucks. Like straight up, bro looks like a league of... Okay, I don't want to say league, but like this is talent. This is quite literally going to be talent. You can see that the crescent moon over here is right on top of his heart, which is a little bit monkas, and he's using this sort of like this sun or like moon, dark moon, great sword kind of stuff floating about. Very, very nice, very interesting. So today we are just going to be going through how can you prepare against this boss, which is going to be upcoming in the next Memory of Chaos. Frozen Rest, Imprisonment Rest, Entanglement Rest, not too important. You're pretty much never going to be caring about this that much. Ice, Lightning, and Quantum Weak. So immediately you will know that Aglaea and Herta, they're going to be performing exceptionally well, right? Okay, to further show this guy's mechanic, let me just actually go into battle and just show you guys exactly how this guy functions. Okay, so let's take a look at what bro does, right? Okay, Demise Storm, and he summons these two clones. So taking a look at what these exactly are, right? So every single time he does a Demise Storm, he'll summon two clones of himself at the side, and he'll always do it twice, which means he's gonna summon 4 different clones. So if you take a look at it exactly, these are the vessel, and your job as the player, it is very similar to Nigador's Spear, except that instead of leaving your units at half HP, they are just gonna be standing there ready to attack you. So he is more like in a more offensive version of Nigador, because if you do not get rid of the clone, he will be dealing tremendous damage to you, especially because all of his combos link up. If you are able to kill all 4 clones, then he'll repeat this action once again by summoning more clones, and then he'll be stuck in this perpetual cycle until you reach phase 2. If you cannot kill all clones, even if one of the clone remains, he will then proceed to the next attack cycle, which will deal quite a substantial amount of damage. You can see that he's going to store quite well. So let's just take a look at here. The first and foremost important thing, this 8 stacks of damage reduction. So it always starts off at 8 stacks by 5% each. So bro is instantly going to be at a 40% damage reduction, and it is unremovable. In order to remove this in battle, you have to destroy the different long shattered vessels, right? So you have to destroy this every single time. But the moment you go into phase 2, everything just kind of repeats itself once again, right? And this is also gonna be let's look at the ability over here. So Demise Storm is his first attack, and then after he does Demise Storm, he's gonna summon the vessels, essentially, right? When using Demise Storm of Fading Fight, blah blah, consumes HP to summon the vessel and converts the converted HP into Entangled by Agony. If the long shattered vessel summoned by this attack is defeated, additionally deals physical damage, right? So you want to kill all of the vessels to not deal more damage to this guy. And when this unit uses Demise Storm of Fading again, the long shattered vessel that was summoned by the attacking ability will attack together. So this is the second part of Demise Storm or Fading Fate, which is if you cannot kill the clones, then he's gonna hit you back, and every single clone that survives is gonna deal ridiculous amount of damage. And this Resolute Farewell receives a certain number of damage reduction, blah blah. So this is gonna be what we see at this top panel corner over here, which is gonna be this damage reduction, right? So generally speaking, you kind of play this sort of exactly the same as Nigador. So just deal as much damage as possible to the clones. Alright, try to get rid of all of them. And you'll just do your area of effect, essentially. Alright, get your energy up. Bada boom, bada bing, bada bang. and kind of just repeat this by itself. Jade is honestly also an exceptionally good unit over here as a driver because it is against 5 targets, so she can actually pop off quite a decent chunk of damage. Right? So you can see 383. Pop this with the enhance, and after this, all of the clones should be dead here. 281, so all of them breaks and he's gonna be receiving a ridiculous amount of damage, right? Then tribbie is gonna go flying with the damage over here. So you can see at this point, he's only gonna be at 4 stacks of damage reduction with all of the debuffs applied by our team. And now that we have killed all of his clones, you can see that the damage actually does quite a ridiculous amount of his max HP, right? So now we kind of just chill, basic attack, basic attack, basic attack, and then we'll let him do the exact same thing again, right? She's gonna do the same thing, Demise Storm, summon 2, Demise Storm, summon 2, right? So if you do not have Lingsha's cleanse over here, you can see this red bar, right? So this red bar is also another mechanic from the Flame Reaver. It's basically corrosion. The moment you attack with your unit, the red health will basically go back. However, if you do not attack with this unit, so for example, if right now he reaches phase 2 from a Herta attack, then this red health, because Jade did not attack, will still be basically gone. And then he's going to attack you again, right? So this is a brand new mechanic from the Flame Reaver called Corrosion, right? So we are just going to go ahead and attack this guy and bring him into phase 2 very easily. Cards and ultimate, Jade is going to follow up. Maybe we can even get this off without even using the enhanced skill. Okay, very nice. Pop everything off, goes into phase 2, right? So phase 2 is gonna be a more interesting start where he will summon all 4 clones instantly, and you can see it's a little bit scary. So this is gonna be this phase 2. So I kind of want to let this kind of play out by itself and we see what happens over here, because otherwise it might be a little bit too uninteresting. So we'll pop this very big hit, get rid of some of the clones. The true damage bar from MOC is gonna activate. So now that we have killed all of his clones, I kind of want to give bro a little bit of a chance. So we'll just do a basic over here. Alright, just chill, just do a basic and we'll let him hit, right? We'll let him hit. So the second wave, or rather the second phase, is gonna be the one which is a little bit more scary. So he's gonna start summoning the 4 clones again. Yeah, so at this current juncture, he's about to cast off his Honkai. It is at 95 action value and it does a ridiculous amount of damage. So I just kind of want to show you guys exactly what it does. Every single time you get rid of 1 stack, this moon symbol, the moon, right? The moon symbol over here is gonna go down, right? The calamity power is gonna go down. But it only goes down every single time you kill one of these clones. Oh, shit. Okay, wait, editor, let me do that again. So if you don't kill the clone, this will be sort of the move where he follows up with the calamity strikes, right? And then the clones kind of kill themselves by going to this. But now he will gain the stack of the calamity power, right? And every single time you don't kill the clone goes back to his body. It increases calamity power, and then he will consume all calamity power with this, but suffering is essential. Same thing for the cry, not for the discard, right? So name of the goal for this boss is kill the clones before they get converted into calamity power. And I kind of want to show you guys what happens. Right now, if we were to kill the clone, but because we didn't really sacrifice this first 2 clones, I do believe that he's still gonna let go because he has consumed a little bit of the calamity power right here. So I'm just gonna do this, and we'll let him hit us. Okay. So that was him using his calamity power, and at 2 stacks, my entire team almost wiped out. Yep, that was at 2 stacks. So when he comes phase 2, it's gonna be pretty much one shot, because that was literally at 2 stacks of calamity power at phase 1, right? So hopefully you guys can kind of understand how potentially dangerous this guy can be if you do not interact with the mechanics intended for this boss, which in my opinion is honestly a very, very well designed boss as well. His next move is going to be the one that's going to be Among Us, right? So I want to intentionally show you guys what happens at 8 stacks. That is the goal of this video. Ah, shit, we kind of ran out of skill 1 here, my bad. Yep, I kind of want to show you guys what happens. He's going to summon 4 clones again. So this is the one. Silent Sorrow, right? If you do not kill him here, watch what happens when his 8 stacks of Calamity Shadow power is going to hit you in the face, right? So I'll try to heal up to the best of my abilities. Alright, so we already cleansed. We've already cleansed with Lingsha and all that. Boom, boom. We'll continue all this. Because to be fair, you do have quite a lot of time. You basically have 2 turns of action from Herta right here. So we're just trying to stall a little bit. Alright, chat, watch this. that is gonna be the full power of 8 stacks of Calamity. It basically one-shots both the Herta and Jade. Yep, it is what it is. Maybe if we had a full share, you could have survived that. That is basically the mechanic of the Flame Reaver. Hopefully, you guys like a little bit of a teaser. There might be a little bit more in-depth mechanics that you guys can discover with him, but this is from what I've been playing again for like the past 10, 20 or so times, right? Phase 1, Phase 2, almost exactly the same. Phase 1, he will attack twice and summon the 2 clones. Phase 2, he'll summon all 4 clones together, and you want to make sure that you kill the clones before he does this. Cry not for the discard, because if he does this, and you didn't kill any of the clones, it's pretty much game over, right? The first Zero Cycle run I want to showcase you guys is, of course, with our favorite unit, the Herta, featuring Tribbie, Sunday, as well as Jared. So I'm not going to be using Tribbie plus Robin from the previous video, and this is going to be done using an E1 Tribbie. I would admit, for me personally, this particular setup, I needed the E1 Tribbie. If I did not have the E1 Tribbie, I would not have made this Zero Cycle. And you guys can see why in a little bit, right? So first things first, we're going to pop on Jade. And like I mentioned, since we're going to be watching this video, Jade's value has gone up pretty substantially because of the amount of mob environments that we have been getting in Honkai Dario. So I wouldn't be too surprised if she comes up in higher ranking for MOC going forward in the future, right? But not to say she's a must, but I'm just saying that I'm finding a lot of comfort running Jade with the Herta. Of course, you want to use Baby Herta, you want to use normal Saval, they can all still function very well. But this is just one of the examples that you guys can use for a potential Zero Cycle, right? So everybody on this team is E0S1 except for Tribbie, which is going to be E1 S0, or more specifically S1, since, you know, we're running dance, right? So back to the run itself, we are going to be dealing all of the damage, and you can see over here, popping off the ultimate all the way towards the end, because I want to save up the energy, right? I want to save up as much energy as possible to make sure that we actually generate enough for going to the next wave. So popping this, we are going to cast a skill here to generate more energy for Tribbie, and Jay is just pretty much going to get rid of this guy, and we would kill this guy using our Herta's base attack because we need the energy from Sunday, right? This is very important. You're going to be seeing later. Popping off a skill, and then we'll clean up this right here using our skill, not using our ultimate. So this is the part where it might be pretty tight, for at least for my run. So I've tried both scenarios where I use D Herta's ultimate immediately or saving D Herta's ultimate after he summons a clone, and I did find myself with the successful run using this specific setup, right? Maybe you can still do it the other way, but I tried a lot. I think I tried more than 1 hour on this boss, and this was the run that I found that gave me the most consistent result, right? So we are going to first pop ball with a Jade. So we are going to be able to get a lot of more stacks for Tribbie, give Jade herself more stacks, get the follow-up. So at this particular point, I was thinking to myself, do I use a D Herta skill, or do I just let go of a Tribbie ultimate first? So after considering, I was like, you know what, let's just use Tribbie's ultimate, because if I were to let go of Tribbie ultimate first, it means that after my Herta attacks, Tribbie can generate more energy. And think about it, if I were to let go of my skill into an ultimate, the clones might have died, which means that it is no longer 5 targets for Tribbie to apply the additional damage, right? Especially for the E1, which, like I mentioned, does have the smart targeting, right? So I let go of Tribbie's ultimate first, so that we can generate a little bit more mileage for the additional damage. Pop this off, 1 million follow-up with a Jade, so all the clones here are going to die over here into a follow-up, bada boom, bada boom, bang, 30%. So at this specific juncture, we are not quite enough to get the 8%. So Sunday is going to bring us back in. So Sunday getting hit there was very important, right? If we did not have the additional energy from wave 1, Sunday would not be the ultimate here. So it's extremely tight, very important. This is a must. So pop Sunday off, back into D Herta. And at this particular point, you need to make sure, right? This is a must. You have to kill this guy without using Herta's enhanced skill. Or at least that is what I've experienced for the past 1 hour plus attempting for this Zero Cycle. If you use your enhanced skill, it means you don't do enough damage. And you can see over here, when I use my skill into an ultimate, if I did not have my E1 Tribbie, this would not have been possible, right? I have tried to run with E1 Tribbie. I can show you guys the result actually. We are actually not going to be dealing enough damage. It is what it is, right? So now that we do have enough enhanced skill for later, we can then enter the phase 2. Honestly, at this point, he doesn't really do that much damage, right? Because he does AoE, but he doesn't really do a lot of single targets. So there's not a lot of danger of him actually sniping your team, which I do like that. So Jay is going to give us the follow-up attack, pop this back in. So the rest of the run is pretty much very straightforward, all the way up until the end, which, you know, I tried so hard to make sure that I don't really mess it up, right? So you can see over here, luckily for us, we did cast our Tribbie's ultimate first before Diora just now, so that she has enough energy to cast her ultimate again, right? So right here, we are going to be able to let go of our skill into a Sunday, into a Herta, and that's pretty much going to be it. We'll first pull over Tribbie out, get a little bit more energy for D Herta, and we do activate the Dungeon to bring our Jade back up to the last action value, right? So both clones die 37%, and you can see it is very, very, very tight, right? So we're gonna pop off a skill into ultimate into enhanced skill, and that is pretty much the only play. Really not too much of a room for bargaining here. 26% HP into 25% HP, and we're gonna activate this enhanced skill. So I have been at this particular point so many times, it's crazy. So you can see over here, and this is with my E1 tribbie, right? So without this E1, I will say with this setup, it's most likely not possible, right? Unless you change the speed tuning with this exact same setup with the exact same relics, I can't figure out, right? So looking forward to see other zero cycles that can be done in the community, but I got hit with the 1%. So luckily, my Jade actually got the action very advanced, and this could have only been possible with the dance, right? So Jade comes in one final base, and I was praying that I finally kill him because I've been at this for so long, and finally 13,000 gets of him going the zero cycle, and I was like so goddamn happy. I finally got this after so many tries, right? So yeah, I was just zooming to Bailu, and you can kind of take a look at the gears over here. Alright, D Herta 120 speed, Izumo 4-piece Pokke, E0S1, Tribbie activated the E1, exact same relics. Sunday still exactly the same 129 because of DDD, and then Jade is just going to be running slow Jade, 99% crit rate, Valerius with Sigonia. And yes, I did in fact use Sigonia, but if you want to use other things like your Duran, also can be manageable. So this is going to be the D Herta run. Now I'm going to be showing you guys one more example against Flame Reaver, which is going to be the Aglaea run. So using the exact same team that I used for the previous Zero Cycle video, which is Tribbie, Robin, and Sunday. And I've been using this team comp for True Storm, for Negador, for this boss. I think this is just a ridiculously good and synergistic team comp. I would say that this was technically easier for me compared to D Herta because I actually got this on my second ever try, right? So I think this team was a lot more manageable, right? Whichever one is better, I'll leave it up to you guys to experiment yourself on the live server, but I had a lot of fun playing with this team, alright? So right here, we're gonna pop off a Sunday ultimate. Aglaea is just gonna go in, Tribbie is gonna hit us. We're just gonna go ahead and pop off the base attack for this guy. Ultimate first, so that this guy is gonna pop off the war armor in a little bit. Alright, so we're gonna pop off the guy in the middle, so the guy at the side will give us war armor, and after this hit, we are gonna pop off a Robin ultimate when Garment Maker goes for it. Flies back in, Tribbie is gonna be right there. Pop off a follow-up. I cast my ultimate right here, wasting the DDD because we didn't really need it because we have enough damage. 142k ultimate, very nice. Spamming the skill to get enough energy for the next wave, and then we are gonna go for the side, right? Very important thing to know over here, you can see kind of what it did, is that I went for the side. Right? I didn't go for the middle guy, because if I were to go for the middle guy right there, chances are I probably would have killed all three before I could have squeezed out another action, right? So I intentionally aimed the guy at the side to distribute our damage a little bit more and generate more energy, right? Wave 1 should always be aimed with the purpose of generating more energy. Now I aim the guy in the middle, both guys die, so this guy is going to be at almost full HP, but we are going to be having enough right here. Pop off 2 Garment Maker hits because you know Garment Maker is just ridiculously fast, and then finally Aglaea is just going to take this guy away. Perfect situation, perfect timing. That's pretty much as much energy as I can possibly get, right? So following this up, this is pretty much super straightforward. I basically just spam the ever-living hell of attacking this guy as much as I possibly can, right? So very easy. Don't really have too much to think. Spam, send, spam, go. And you can see that we also have enough energy here, not too much to grind. If I didn't land the base attack at wave 1 just now, I would not have enough energy right here to cast my ultimate, right? So very important. Pop this off, kill both clones, get an extra turn, push my Supreme State all the way to the second wave, so I'm basically secured to get this 100% uptime, and one more joint attack is pretty much going to bring this guy down to phase 2 immediately, just to show you guys exactly how synergistic Tribbie and Robin can be, right? So both clones, I think they're going to die right here out of the Memo Sprite. Go. Garment Maker pops off. Oh, I mean Tribbie can finish up as well. Pop. Or 1%, you know, so it is what it is, but Garment Maker will probably got it. So now we do get into phase 2, very straightforward. And you can see that this zero cycle run, there's not a lot of danger of your team dying, right? Because he keeps doing this kind of AoE attacks, so the chance of your team dying is honestly very low. He doesn't really snipe a particular enemy, and at this point, we're just basically spamming all our attacks at this point. Robin have way more than enough energy. The Destruction Channel was really not that much in there. You could have used a lot of different things. So I'm just waiting for my Aglaea to go as many possible, followed by the Memo Sprite. And then we pop off a Robin ultimate, brings everyone back in, speed tune my Aglaea to Sunday, which is going to be 2 times speed as per usual. That is the best build for the highest possible damage. Memo Sprite goes, Aglaea goes, and then Tribbie goes. Final hit from Sunday. We are pretty much going to rev it out here. I can see the damage is a little bit excessive actually. Yep, so we're gonna pop this up, and we are definitely gonna be getting enough damage. This might have even been possible with an E0 tribbie. So you can see that if my Mimo spread actually went, we could have gotten another ultimate to deal another damage, right? But you know, who knows at that point. But I would say that this team was very, very comfortable compared to the Herta, right? So pretty much the exact same team, exact same build as I've done, showcase you guys in the previous Zero cycle, which is the one that I did for the MOC12 Nigador as well as MOC12 True Swarm in the current rotation, right? So E0 S1 for everybody. Tribbie is gonna be at the E1 S0 using Dance, right? So exactly the same. Robin Light Cone, I don't think it's that crazy. Sunday with the Sinjin Light Cone is pretty good. Right, so with that, we have come to the end of Prepare Now. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this kind of content. If you guys like it, I'm going to be cooking something similar in the future for Mighty's patch as well. So let me know what you guys in the comments below and how should I be going forward into the future content, right? So, word of the day is going to be talent. Join Twitch, join YouTube, join Discord, join Twitter, and join Twitter. Thank you so much for all the early access. Look for the live server when Tribbie comes out as well as when this boss comes out in the next rotation. All the best for Gacha Poofs. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.